Hallo und willkommen das GamesCom 2014. I'm Daniel Dwyer.
Oh my god, and I'm Sean McGinnis. Danny, your German is impeccable. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I also came dressed for the occasion. This wasn't just stuff we found around this apartment we're staying in, I swear. But who cares about attire in a time like this? We're here to talk about video games, and only just a couple of hours ago we went to the Microsoft, we went to the Microsoft conference here at Gamescom. And we got 1, 2, 3 talking points to share with you folks.
First one being exclusives. They announced some exclusives, revealed some gameplay for previously announced stuff. I guess the big news is that Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Planet of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Planet of the Tomb Raider coming out fall or holiday 2015 is going to be, quote, an Xbox exclusive.
This is kind of crazy. Like, it's a big title, obviously. Crystal Dynamics, the first game they released, this is a straight up sequel to the rebranded Tomb Raider. Yeah. Very popular, great game that came out as well. But they seem kind of vague about, is this ever going to come out on something else?
Right, I think the official line is that it's going to be a exclusive for holiday 2015, so that kind of suggests that potentially there will be a PS4 and PC version down the line. So here's the weird thing about this to me, is it's one thing to do a third-party exclusive like Scalebound, the game they announced with Platinum at E3, which is a new IP. It's a completely different thing to take the sequel to a multi-platform game and remove the other platforms from the equation. People who played that game on like PS3 and PC are naturally going to be pissed.
Yeah, they won't be happy.
It's going to be weird.
They'll be shaking their heads in their helmets. Another game, a new IP, the first game, not a sequel. Sam Lake, of course, came onto the stage to show us Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. All right, what's your takeaway? Because mine, I feel like this is a game of two halves. There's the third-person shooter, which looked fine, and then like the time manipulation stuff, which looked cool.
You know, polish-wise, it looks incredible, but the problem is every time I see that game, the actual action seems to be like not only just like cover shooting, but really linear. Like when you came up to that boss fight in the demo they showed, he literally threw a cab and it closed off the area you came in through, like 1998 first-person shooter style.
Right.
So, you know, it looked cool. He was using those two same powers all the time. The one that was kind of like zoom around and, you know, like the Flash almost, and maybe kick them or attack from the side. And then that weird time manipulation thing that put them in a bubble so that you could like load up like 12 shots.
Yeah, you shoot all the bullets at the bubble and then the bubble disappears and the bullets go at the guy.
Kind of horrible.
Yeah.
But all that stuff on the bridge was cool, all the nice little story beats, and you know, with Alan Wake, I think like some of that stuff Remedy are pretty good at doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a narrative and story-driven studio, and that's kind of why I'm most interested in this game. Like the shooting stuff, you know, it looked good enough, but I mean, Remedy. They make some cool stories, so I'm excited to check it out.
And it looks next gen.
It does.
Current gen.
I believe the phrase you're looking for is next genny. Anyways, on to the next section. Let's talk about bundles, because they announced 3 different bundles. Probably the most exciting one is the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare bundle.
It looks really good.
Because A, it's got the limited edition kind of like livery on it. B, it comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is obviously twice the capacity of the standard Xbox One. But that does come at a price. It is $500 instead of the standard $400 now that they've removed Kinect from the packaging.
Same in Yoyos as well, unfortunately. But there are 2 other bundles that are coming out which are at the, I guess, standard price of $400, €400. Right. One of which is basically a sort of copy-paste of what they did last year with FIFA. So FIFA 15 this year will be bundled in there. There's also some exclusive FIFA Ultimate Team legends are going to be thrown in there. I got to meet one of those legends.
One of those legends, Peter Schmeichel, or as I like to call him, Danish Gary Busey. You have to see the similarity. It's there, right?
Well, I got to see the similarity. I got to stick a camera right up in his face. I don't even know why I did that.
You introduced him to the concept of the video selfie, which I very much appreciate.
He shook my hand even though I said I was an Arsenal fan. So I appreciate that.
Right, because he played for United, right?
Exactly.
Now there was a third bundle, which is the white Sunset Overdrive bundle.
Yes.
Which that thing would look so nice next to that white Destiny PlayStation 4, wouldn't it?
That was the one that when it popped up on the screen, everyone went, ooh.
Yeah.
Except for that one guy who was sitting behind us in the conference, who at one stage he was just had his face buried in his hands like he didn't want to be there, and his phone went off how many?
Probably at least 4 times during that conference. And it wasn't like kind of like a subdued ringtone. It was like loud German rock.
Yeah, it was like some weird metal, and he answered and
he
had the
answered his phone
conversation.
at one point, which was amazing. That's a bold move. But kudos to him.
He didn't want the Sunset Overdrive bundle, but maybe you do.
Anyways, on to the third
Yes.
and final takeaway of that press conference.
ID at Xbox.
ID at Xbox. You know, Microsoft, since E3, they've been kind of like focusing their efforts on games at their press conferences. They kind of screwed the pooch the past couple years on focusing on a lot of like TV entertainment stuff. It's back to games, and ID at Xbox is kind of an example of that.
Yeah, and this is obviously what they sort of revealed it last year, and I guess this year we're finally seeing the fruits of that labor. A bunch of cool games on there. Goat Simulator for one. Perhaps it's a console exclusive or timed. All this stuff was like very timed exclusivity.
They said like these games would all make their console debut on Xbox One.
Super Hot was in there as well.
Yes.
A game that obviously had a really successful Kickstarter earlier this year. What was a bunch of other stuff? Oh, Space Engineers.
Space Engineers, a game that's been out on Steam Early Access for a little while, but it's coming to Xbox One, and that game's been pretty popular on Steam, I think. All right, so overall, Xbox press conference at GamesCom 2014, thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs up, only because at Gamescom...
Thumbs at 2/3.
Yeah.
Maybe like 60%.
Based entirely on the fact that usually they don't do much at Gamescom anyway.
Yeah, last year's conference was kind of a wet fart.
Yeah.
This one was much better.
Not too bad. We have continuing coverage of Gamescom 2014 all over the site. In fact, the Sony conference is on right now, so by the time this has gone up on the internet, there should be a breakdown of that as well. So thank you very much from myself, from Klaus, and from Sean. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.